A new issue is rising at India's major airports. The number of passengers requesting wheelchairs for assistance is skyrocketing. There are genuinely needy people who need wheelchairs, but there are also people who allegedly fake the need to skip long queues and long walks. So who is really at fault when the airline doesn't have a wheelchair available for an old and medically sick passenger? Let's look at some numbers that could shock you. Air India handles a staggering 1 lakh wheelchair bookings every month across domestic and international flights. The airline faces highest bookings on its North American and London flights. On March 20th, Air India's Delhi-Newark flight had 89 passengers requiring wheelchair assistance. Just weeks earlier, on February 4th, a flight from Delhi to Chicago recorded 97 wheelchair requests. Then on February 19th, Delhi-Chicago flight had 99 wheelchair bookings. That's almost 30% of passengers in the plane requiring wheelchairs. On 27th February, Air India had 750 wheelchair bookings for domestic flights at Mumbai airport alone. One staff at the Mumbai airport said they sometimes see as many as 120 wheelchair bookings for a single international flight. But what's driving this surge? Airline officials point to a few key factors. The first, of course, is that Air India doesn't charge for wheelchair service and hence it receives the highest bookings. The second reason, there's a growing elderly population that is traveling abroad to visit their children or simply for vacation. More often, it is the children booking these flights for their parents, and to ensure they travel in comfort, they book wheelchair service. Third, I spoke to some airport staff working in the wheelchair department. They say they're seeing a new trend where healthy, older passengers are opting for wheelchairs, not because they have mobility issues, but because it offers them speedy access to the boarding gate. A staff at Delhi airport said they see nearly 50% of passengers who request a wheelchair end up walking normally after passing security and immigration. Now, what these passengers don't realize is that there are real consequences to such requests. Many elderly passengers who genuinely require wheelchairs are left without assistance because others book the service in advance without actually needing it. Having almost 100 wheelchair passengers on a single flight becomes a management issue for the flight staff, and having them out of the plane leads to delays in turnaround times for the next flight. The Aviation Ministry is monitoring the surge in demand for wheelchairs. A senior official told CNBC-TV18 that the government wants to ensure that wheelchairs are available only for those who truly need them and avoid any abuse and misuse of the service. The official said it is not safe for any flight to take wheelchair-bound passengers on a flight more than the number of crew members, as it would endanger their safe exit in an unfortunate situation. So what steps should the government take? Should there be an age bar on who can opt for wheelchairs? And if it is a younger passenger, should they be asked to submit a medical proof why they need a wheelchair? Should there be a limit on how many wheelchairs can be allowed on a single flight? Should the airlines make buggy service available for elderly passengers who are not necessarily sick but may want to avoid the long walks, especially for international flights? Did you and any elder member of your family face issues due to unavailability of wheelchair at any Indian airport? Let us know your feedback and suggestions to make sure wheelchairs are available only for those in need.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV18 on all of our digital platforms.